A junior defender, Caden Adams. Number 22, a junior defender, Isaac Salazar Vargas. Number 24, a freshman midfielder, Carlos Longoria. Number 30, a sophomore defender, Cole Sixkiller. Number 31, a freshman midfielder, Ryan Macias. Number 32, a freshman forward, Colin Burns. Number 33, a freshman midfielder, Juan Diego Ruiz. Number 39, a freshman defender, Hayden Everts. Number 46, a freshman midfielder, Ray Escobar. Starting lineup for the Bulldogs. At goalkeeper, number 1, a senior, Caleb Weed. Number 4, a junior defender, Nathan Roy. Number 5, a sophomore defender, Noah Harris. Number 6, a sophomore midfielder, Eric Lopez. Number 8, a junior defender, Jack Mankey. Number 14, a sophomore midfielder, Gavin Edwards. Number 15, a freshman defender, Chris Nieto. Number 20, a senior forward, Luis Green. Number 27, a junior forward, Santiago Quinones. Number 28, a sophomore midfielder, Louis Hart. Number 29, a junior midfielder, Luis Zamora. The assistant coaches are George Key, Jimmy Flores, and Brian Wilson. Head coach of the Bulldogs in his 17th season, Eddie Salazar. Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. Now, for the Trinity Tigers on the Trinity Men's Soccer Friends and Family Weekend. Number 1, a senior goalkeeper from Laredo, Texas, Juan Carlos Vidales. Number 7, a senior forward from San Antonio, Philip Dueñez. Number 10, a senior midfielder from Richardson, Texas, Michael Pham. Number 11, a senior midfielder from Dallas, Texas, Connor Jones. Number 12, a senior midfielder from England, Chris Naylor-Gress. Number 13, a junior midfielder from Austin, Texas, Luke Newport. Number 15, a sophomore defender from Vero Beach, Florida, Ryan Courtney. Number 16, a first-year midfielder from Davis, California, Zach Anderson. Number 17, a senior forward from Fort Worth, Texas, Michael Somerville. Number 18, a senior midfielder from Menlo Park, California, Jake Simon. Number 19, a junior defender from Dallas, Texas, Jesus Velos. Number 20, a sophomore defender from England, Tom Whitwell. Number 21, a senior midfielder from England, Jack Downs. Number 24, a first-year midfielder from San Antonio, Eric Alvarado. Number 25, a senior defender from Houston, Texas, Colton Wilbur. Number 26, a sophomore defender from England, Will Powell. Number 28, a sophomore midfielder from Frisco, Texas, Braden Shuey. Number 29, a sophomore midfielder from McLean, Virginia, Luke McCauley. Number 30, a sophomore midfielder from England, Pat Coyle. Number 32, a sophomore defender from Austin, Texas, Ty Jarrett. Number 35, a sophomore defender from Allen, Texas, Grayson Goldert. Number 36, a sophomore defender from Iceland, Einar Gunlickson. Number 37, a first-year midfielder from San Antonio, Riley Hawes. Number 38, first-year defender from Scotland, Luke Chandler. Starting lineup for the Tigers. At goalkeeper, number 0, a senior from England, Austin Willman. Number 2, a senior defender from the Netherlands, Peter Blank. Number 4, a junior defender from Raleigh, North Carolina, Jack Eubank. Number 5, a senior midfielder from Euless, Texas, Shen Adji. Number 6, a senior defender from Plano, Texas, Kyle Davis. Number 8, a junior midfielder from San Antonio, Joseph Curry. Number 9, a senior midfielder from Scotland, Fraser Burns. Number 14, a senior defender from San Antonio, John Conneru. Number 23, a sophomore midfielder from Katy, Texas, Hunter Kane. Number 27, a sophomore midfielder from England, Louis Instraw. And number 41, a first-year midfielder from Dripping Springs, Texas, Adam Knudsen. Assistant coaches are Edward Carty, Bart Valerio, Joseph Terengi, Rich Gorski, Brady Johnston, and Will Harrington. Head coach of the Tigers in his 32nd season at the helm, Paul McGinley. Trinity University Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, we ask that you please rise, face the American flag atop the scoreboard for our national anthem.
Season, the Trinity Tigers hit the road for what quickly became a series of unfortunate events. An Abilene aberration, a Comets comeback, Colorado College chaos, and a Crew collapse, all in a stretch of 4 games marred by late goals, long throws, and lamentable bad luck. But returning to the comforts of home last Sunday, the Tigers were able to right the ship with a reassuring return to the win column, courtesy of Shin Adji and Connor Jones. And with the start of SCAC play, the Tigers are looking to turn the page to a new beginning here in 2022. But on page 1 of this new narrative, they face a familiar foe in Luis Green and the TLU Bulldogs. Green just 5 goals shy of the conference's all-time mark, and the Bulldogs in search of redemption after a heartbreaking conclusion to their 2021 season. Still just 4 years removed from TLU's ultimate success here at Paul McGinley Field, it's Coach Salazar's team who will pose the first test in conference action for Coach McGinley's men this season. My name is Ryan Figert, and it's my pleasure to take you through the action here this evening, and we'll begin with the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Bulldogs, and it's goalkeeper number 1, Caleb Weed, the senior from San Antonio, who keeps his place in between the sticks. And your outfield 10 consists of Nathan Roy, Noah Harris, Eric Lopez, Jack Mankey, Gavin Edwards, Chris Nieto, Santiago Quinones, Luis Hart, Luis Zamora, and Luis Green, the danger man up front, wearing the captain's armband and the number 20 on his back. On the other side for Trinity, Austin Willman is back in between the sticks, replacing Juan Carlos Fidelis, as those two have gone back and forth all season. Back 4 of Peter Blank, Jack Eubank, Kyle Davis, and John Connor Rule. In the midfield, it's Louis Instrull, Adam Knutson, and Joseph Curry. Fraser Burns leads the line with Hunter Kane and Shin Adji either side of him. Michael Meese still waiting, out injured, now 3 games out of the lineup. It's, of course, a big miss. The first-team All-American a year ago being made to sit and watch this one as the two teams head into their final huddles before we get underway. Both teams carrying plenty of players on the game day roster today. Very large huddles either side of me. Texas Lutheran going to be wearing all black with yellow numbers. Trinity wearing their home whites with maroon numbers and trim here on what is Trinity Men's Soccer Friends and Family Weekend. Saw players from local youth clubs running out with the Trinity players beforehand. Plenty of friends and family in the stands ready to cheer on Trinity here as they start SCAC play. As I mentioned in the opening, it's been a rough start, particularly on the road, as Trinity still unbeaten here at home, 2 wins and a draw, but that 4-game stretch on the road with 3 losses and a draw, meaning that SCAC play couldn't have more importance for Coach McGinley and his squad this season. It's really the only way into the NCAA tournament that we can see from here. And the same is true on the TLU side. They were made to sit and watch the SCAC tournament last year, losing their final game in overtime to Southwestern as the Pirates jumped into 4th place over Coach Salazar's Bulldogs. And they've taken that bitter taste into 2022. Off to a good start, 4-2-3. And they've got the defensive numbers way down, just .67 goals against per 90 this year, down from 1.36 last year. And, of course, they have Luis Green leading the line, and that means you've always got a chance in a game. 68 career goals in 70 games played. A 4-time All-SCAC first team, first 4-time SCAC Offensive Player of the Year, the only player to ever do so, and he's a front runner for the award here once again in his 5th season in Seguin. As I alluded to in the opening, Luis Green chasing SCAC records now, having already set the new TLU mark for goals, points, shots on goals, and game-winning goals. He's 4 behind Trinity legend Josh Card, who's sitting at 72, second all-time in the SCAC. And Will Lucco is the man to beat with 73. And with Luis Green scoring a goal a game just about in his collegiate career, he's well on pace to end on top of that list. The matchups against Trinity have often been difficult for the number 20 in black and yellow. He does have, of course, the SCAC championship victory here at Paul McGinley Field back in 2018 to look back fondly upon. It will be Luis Green to get us underway as Trinity will move from left to right and TLU from right to left as you see it here in the first half. Sun setting in San Antonio as the referee goes through his final checks. And on his whistle, we will get this one started. So you see the friends and family tailgate in the back of your picture. Plenty gathered to cheer on the Tigers as we are underway here at Paul McGinley Field. And we'll start with the long ball launched forward by TLU, nodded clear and out of play into the gathering crowd across the way. That midfield dynamic for Trinity will be interesting to watch with Instrel, Curry, and Knutson. The first time those three have started together, as it's been constantly chopping and changing in the middle of the park for Coach McGinley. Instrel has been a regular, as has Knutson of late. This is his 6th straight start, earning his place in the lineup with a terrific goal back on opening weekend. Here's Instrel, transfer from Marshall. Drops it back to Peter Blanc.
Jack, there in front. Eric, right shoulder, Eric.
Rule one of just a few. Tigers, Eubank another that have started every game this season as Burns lays this one off to Curry. Awkward spin on the ball, and it's still bouncing around in the midfield before Knutson gets a foot on it. Davis ahead for Fraser Burns. Good combination with Joe Curry. And back to Curry at the top of the box. Tried to lay it into the path of Adji for the shot. Adji not quite on the same page. Well, we already see good signs. Combination from Burns and Curry. That was a signature of Trinity's play in 2021. They've often played on opposite sides of the field here in 2022. We get a chance to see them working together tonight as Curry is in midfield just beneath Fraser Burns, who leads the line in the absence of Michael Meese. Roll into midfield for Instrel. TLU doing a majority of the chasing here 2 minutes into the game as it's sent down the line for Hunter Kane. And this one watched out of play by Noah Harris. It'll be a goal kick for Caleb Weed. Taken short, Harris put under pressure. Launch forward for Green. Sorry, Zamora, who concedes possession. Here's Curry from the edge of the area. That one fired into the trees behind the goal. It's a good start for Trinity. These two teams meeting in Seguin last season. It was a cagey affair in the first half until Joao Maya was able to give TLU the lead in the 39th minute. Coming back out for the second 45, it was a flurry of 3 goals in 5 minutes from Fraser Burns, Hunter Kane, and Brady Johnston, which was ultimately enough to win the game for Trinity. That one finishing 3-2 on the Bulldogs' home field. Burns knocked in the back. Foul conceded by Louis Hart. Free kick coming for Trinity. And Burns himself thinking about it. Eubanks across to take.
Stay with your men. Stay tight.
Eubank lifts this one towards the back post. Blanc there looking to nod it back across. Last touch off the Bulldogs. Corner coming.
Hey, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
3 Tigers quickly around the ball. Burns to take.
Luis, look around, Luis.
This one in towards the near post. Weed gets a punch to it. Enstrel is going to keep the pressure on. He retains possession. Put under pressure by Green. Enstrel just using his body well. Keep possession away from the TLU striker. Here's Burns popping up wide into Kane. 20 yards from goal. Kane just couldn't get it out from under his feet. Enstrel wide again to Burns. Down the line, Knutson makes the run. And Harris clatters that one into the stands. So it'll be a throw-in for the Tigers. Eubank cleans up a loose touch from Knutson. Enstrel stabs it towards Curry. Eubank appealing for handball against Quinones, not given. Trinity with just a shade over 80% possession or so here 5 minutes into the game. They're keeping the Bulldogs pinned in. Burns lays it wide for Eubank. 3 assists on the season for the North Carolina native. Looking for Hunter Kane. This one's going to stay in play. Sent clear by Menke, the other captain for Coach Salazar alongside Luis Green. That one last off Enstrel, quickly fired down the line for Green to give chase. John Connor rule there for Trinity. Good defensive work from Kane tracking back. Regains possession. Eubank ahead for Burns. Tried to help that one around the corner for Kane. Clattered off his opposite leg. Knutson towards Curry. Curry beaten to it there by Eric Lopez. An imposing figure in the middle of the field for TLU. Here's Burns. Chance to get his head up. He's going to go back for J.C. Rule. Pass ahead for Knutson. First touch pops up. Second touch able to find Eubank. The trio on the left for Trinity never quite able to settle that one. And they head all the way back to Willman, who will reset. Willman, the starter, the opening 3 games for Trinity, including the 2-0 win to start things here in 2022 over Claremont Mudscripts, as well as the 3-3 draw against the Rowan Profs the following day. Both goalkeepers offering a lot. Both goalkeepers with some drawbacks as well, and that's meant Coach McGinley and Coach Carty have had a selection headache all season. JC Vidales, one of quite a few players coming back for a 5th year here in San Antonio. And Willman, an experienced senior in his own right. Lopez gets it back from Edwards. Lopez able to get his head up. Offside flag is up on the far side. Luis Green looking for a first touch in the Trinity half. At least the attacking third. So we're 8 minutes in. No shots on target so far either way. Trinity asking a majority of the questions here as Blanc lifts this one over the top for the run of Kane. Well marshaled by Nathan Roy, all the way back to Weed, the goalkeeper. Time for Caleb Weed, who rolls this one out in front of him. Ball forward, knotted down by J.C. Rule. Davis gets a foot to it. Adji, the good turn, and here's Kyle Davis now coming forward from right back. First chance for him to get out and stretch his legs. He's forced back to Instrel. And Instrel back to his fellow Englishman, Willman, in goal. Eubank into the area, looking for the run of Knutson from midfield. Back out to Jack Eubank. Time on the ball for John Connor Rule. Knutson looking for a clever flick. It's going to take something inventive to unlock the defense. You already see TLU with a robust defensive shape. Davis lifts this one down the line. An inadvertent touch off the head of Adji nearly broke for him. Adji proving a lot to handle up the Trinity right, coming off of his first 2 goals of the season. Notably playing off the left in that game. He shifted over to the right to accommodate Hunter Kane's return to the lineup. Blanc tripped up by an overzealous Luis Green, who's being told no more. Clear signal from the referee. That'll be the last foul for Luis Green before he has his name in the book, and it was late.
Stay marked up.
So a chance for Eubank from just a couple of yards deeper than he had it originally lined up. Plenty of targets to aim at. Eubank himself the furthest outfield player back for Trinity. In search of this game's opening goal. Good shape on it. Weeds come off his line and he's able to claim. Interested in starting a quick counter. Luis Green up front, all on his own. Got to head to it. It's going to run out of play for a Tigers throw. Oh no, last touch off Instrel, sorry. A good attacking opportunity instead for the visitors. And it's going to be a long throw by the looks of things. Trinity certainly got accustomed to dealing with long throws. It was their Achilles heel early in this season, and we'll see if they've been able to adjust and learn from it. As this one's hoisted into the area, Willman comfortably off his line to come and claim. Effective goalkeeping. Curry for Blanc. He's got plenty of time, as does Kyle Davis to his right. Takes it into the TLU half. Able to survey his options. Burns asking for it. Adji as well. Pass under hit, looking for Adji. Instrel there to try and clean it up. To scramble forward in midfield. Kane gets a foot on the ball. Quinones has come across from the right wing, so there's time and space for Eubank. Can't pick out the pass. And foul goes against Adam Knutson on the far side. Pressure on Menke. Again from Knutson. He's able to switch it to Nieto, the left back. Green with Blanc draped on him. Blanc called for the foul, took a couple of stabs at it. Two captains lined up. Blanc, number 2 for Trinity, wearing the captain's armband, as well as Luis Green. For so often, this matchup brought us the SCAC Defensive Player of the Year against the Offensive Player of the Year. Luis Green against Jacob Gulan. Gulan having moved on to bigger and better things. Here's Menke. Good ball in towards the back post, knotted all the way across. Instrel dealt with it. The offside flag's up. Good defending from Instrel in any case to keep it from Zamora. But with no Jacob Galan, Trinity going to have to find a new answer for Luis Green. You know, J.C. Rule and Peter Blanc, 2 center backs. Eubank, the left back, and Kyle Davis on the right. Blanc ahead, looking for Joe Curry, but it's the opposite number 8. Mankey who comes away with it. Rule across to keep that one from Luis Green. Zamora ahead again, looking for the Mexican striker. Good period here for the Bulldogs. Lopez back to Mankey. Some time in the center circle for the junior from Houston, Texas, Jack Mankey. Last touch off the Tigers here with 31 minutes to play in the first half. Throw in for Chris Nieto. In for Edwards. Edwards with a heavy touch, presenting possession to Instrel. Kane just about able to keep it in play on the halfway line. Eventually losing possession, recovered by J.C. Rule, who will push the pace here from the back line. Joe Curry now. Blanc wide for Davis. Ahead for Burns. Not too many touches for Burns in the early action here as that one comes off the backside of Adji. Knutson able to dig it out. Knutson going to have a go. And just slightly off balance, that one over the bar as TLU makes the first substitution of the game. Raimundo Aguirre. And to replace Zamora. TLU staff looking for a little bit more support to Green. And looks like Aguirre will take up a position just beneath the striker, the number 10 role. Play a little bit higher than Zamora was able to. And his 15 minutes of action to start this game. Rule ahead, settled well by Burns, poked towards Knutson. And taken away, and Mankey can't connect with Edwards, what would have been a numerical advantage for the Bulldogs down the left. Davis looking for Curry, too much on it. Nods it towards Instrel. Tigers having to work through a congestion of bodies here right on the halfway line. Last touch off Adam Knutson. The only first year in the Trinity 11. Only a couple seeing any time so far this season with so many players coming back. It's no surprise. Mankey off the outside of his right foot. This one chased down by Aguirre. He can keep it in play. Trying to go through the legs of Blanc. Eventually dumped to the turf by some strong defending from Kyle Davis. Burns ahead for Adji. Back to Trinity's number 9. Knutson back heel, opens up space for Kyle Davis. He's wrong side of Jack Mankey here. The low cross in. Defended at the near post. Back to Kyle Davis. Ball still rolling around. Eventually out of play. Last touch off the Trinity right back. But good combination up the right. Burns and Adji involved. Knutson and Davis as well. Nearly affording the Tigers an opportunity at goal. Take a look at it here. Nice defending from the number 6. Another callback to Jacob Galan, the number 6 at right back, with some strong defending. Caleb Weed's goal kick. Nodded ahead by Kyle Davis. Some space wide for Adji. Chance to measure the cross in towards Knutson, and his shot finds the bottom corner. Aggie 2, Knutson here for 1-0. Second goal of the season for the first-year midfielder. 3 assists to go with it, including one last game, as he's played really well in his appearances here at home.
Credit the assist to Shen Agee.
Take a look at it now. Agee, good cutback cross. Weed able to get a hand on it, but the shot from Knutson, just too much power. Miscue in the celebrations as Agee and Instrol went one way. Knutson heading back to celebrate with the fans going the other way. Trinity with the lead that their play has probably merited here through just about 20 minutes of SCAC play. Last year in the opening game of conference action, took all the way until overtime for the Tigers to find the golden goal against Centenary, who then were the defending champions. Hunter Kane scoring the winner off a free kick sent in by Fraser Burns. Remember that one well. Of course, no more golden goal overtime in the NCAA game. So memories like that confined to the past. As this throw-in is launched in and right on top of Austin Willman, who's able to claim it. It's like Louis Hart, the long throw operator for the Bulldogs. He was the SCAC Defensive Player of the Week for the first time back in week 2. All freshman team a year ago. Here's Agee, heavy touch. He's tried to come inside. An audible apology from Agee. He said, "I'm sorry guys for that touch," which didn't quite live up to his own standards, especially in the form that he's shown as of late. Louis Enstrel now credited with the second assist on the goal. Burns fighting to win it back. Tangled up with his own man there in Hunter Kane. Kane forcing the Bulldogs all the way back to the corner flag. Last touch was off the sophomore winger. Change is coming momentarily for Trinity as well. Overhead clearance finds Aguirre, who runs out of room. And we will now have 4 changes for Trinity with Philip Joinez, Jack Downs, Luke Newport, and Michael Pham.
Philip Duenas, Luke Newport, Jack Downs, and Michael Pham.
Burns, Knutson, Davis, and Hunter Kane coming off. So Agee across to the left. Curry goes out to the right wing, either side of Philip Joinez, newly introduced, playing as the striker. Here he is.
Watch it out.
Corner of the area, trying to turn. Creating some chaos for the Bulldogs. Send it clear. Beautiful evening here in San Antonio. One of the best of the year so far. You can see the crowd out to support the Tigers. Out in front to a 1-0 lead here as Luis Green gives chase. He's up front all on his own though. So Rule able to get it to Blanc. Drop of the shoulder from Pham. Now 3 Bulldogs caught ahead of the play. Downs back to Pham. Some really technical ball players down the right side right now for Trinity with Curry, Pham, Jack Downs. Pham throw. Looking for Joinez. Enstrel And Rule switch it across for Eubank. Can't connect with Adji that time. Taken quickly. Aguirre tried to turn. Enstrel is everywhere he looks at the moment.
Come on, Gavin. Just stay tight, stay tight, stay tight, stay tight.
Curry wide for Pham. Edwards lunging in. Last touch off the TLU number 14. Throwing quickly to Enstrel. Here's Curry. Easily passes defender, tripped up. Free kick coming for the Tigers. Curry's so remarkable to watch at times because it almost looks like he never changes pace. But he's able to get defenders off balance so easily. His shiftiness, his quickness, and agility. Having had to defend him in pickup games and the like, I certainly sympathize with Chris Nieto here. One of the most instinctual, inventive players to come through Trinity in recent years.
Hey, Chino with the wall.
Eubank and Downs stand over it. Eubank presumably going to swing this one in off his left foot. Downs there for company. Eubank in towards the back post, and this one nodded across by Dueñez. Couldn't get it on target, and TLU looking to quickly counter. Aguirre poked forward for Green. Blanc gets a foot on the ball, and now Enstrel sends it clear. Great opportunity there. Good service from Eubank. Senior striker Dueñez looking for his first goal of the season. Nearly had it here. Difficult one to deal with. Unsure whether to go with his foot or with a diving header like he did. Newport forward. Downs just with the raised foot there. Caught Menke on the follow through. Helps Jack Menke back up to his feet. Very different haircuts this year for both Menke and Luis Green. Used to them having longer hair. Went with the fresh buzz cut this year. Edwards' first touch picked off by Pham. Got two for company. Can't get a foul, but ball out of play. TLU will make two changes. There's a little bit of confusion there between the benches and the referee. Eventually the ball is in the hands of Michael Pham. And Arthbert William and Jorge Ugaz both waiting to come in for the Bulldogs. And Stroh under hits that one. And Blanc has to be alert as Green was darting in behind. Tigers as well, readying more changes. Plenty down, warming up. Away to my right. Pham losing his footing there, but Tigers not punished. Nagy tripped up, and we may have our first yellow card of the game. Looks like it's for Santiago Quinones. By Luke Newport, not enough power on it. Good opportunity. And now the chance for the Bulldogs going the other way. Curry back doing the defensive duties. Able to recover possession. Here's Blanc coming into the attack now. Blanc looking for the cross. Adji, is he able to keep it in play? No, just runs out of room. And now the Bulldogs make three changes as Marco Roman joins two teammates coming into this one. Good to see Marco Roman back out on the field this year, now making his 10th appearance of the season. Was excellent back in 2019, 5 goals and 10 assists. One of the best newcomers in the SCAC that year, and then had to deal with knee injuries for 2020 and 2021. First look at him back at Paul McGinley Field since the 2019-20 season. And he was the perfect wingman for Luis Green. Good turn here from William. Time for Ugaz. Ugaz again to William, the 2 substitutes combined. And Instrel is back on duty, able to win it. This one knocked ahead for Dueñez. Delicate first touch. And he's able to win a throw in an attacking area. 3 more changes coming for the Tigers. Connor Jones in for Joe Curry. Instrel replaced by Simon. And Jesus Velos in for Jack Eubank. Connor Jones with the late goal to guarantee the result on Sunday. His first of the season. Pham with a good ball into Dueñez, laid back to Jones. Jones with the left-footed ball in. Newport fighting for it. Lost his footing right on the penalty spot. Here's Adji. The low ball in, and Newport again with the chance, again at the penalty spot, and again he loses his footing. 2 golden opportunities for the substitute midfielder in the course of just a few seconds. And the second one, let's see, not sure whether they go with the left or right as Pham sends this one in. Looking for Adji at the top of the box. The Bulldogs help it further clear.
In for the Tigers.
And Adji now to be replaced by Michael Somerville. So Blanc and Rule, the only 2 starters left out there, at least out of the outfield 10 for Trinity at this point. So one hammered clear by Harris. Presenting possession back to Peter Blanc. Don't have possession metrics, but I think it'd be in the 70s for Trinity at a minimum, the way they've controlled the ball in this game so far. And with no shots for the Bulldogs, Tigers able to limit any counterattack opportunities as well. Blanc ahead, Jones interested, and Caleb Weed out off his line, able to grab it. Blanc another header one. Menke pulled back by Downs, not happy about it. I think asking maybe for a yellow card, as his teammate Eric Lopez name is the solitary one in the book at the moment. Menke raises a hand and sends this one into the sky. Willman gets a hand to it. Referee opts not to blow the whistle. I think because it was Willman and Newport coming together, the teammates. Newport's still slow to get up. We're going to look at what happened here. Yeah, I got a lot of Austin Willman. Took a shove there from William. Ended up underneath his goalkeeper as he landed. We'll resume play with a Nieto throw. Nieto ahead to William. Can't connect with the teammate. Hart able to beat Somerville to the ball, but it breaks for Jack Downs now. Velos ahead from left back. Good defending from Mankey. Couldn't keep it. Trinity suffocating with their press so far in the first half. Blanc down the line looking for Jones. Blanc with another header one. This one finds Newport in the center circle. Couldn't quite get out of first gear there. Luke Newport maybe still feeling the effects of that collision moments ago. Simon trying to spread it again out wide to Jones. Slightly under hit. And Newport going to go ahead and take himself out of the game here. Braden Shuey in to replace him. Newport will receive some attention. And Blanc down as well for Trinity. You see Tom Whitwell hurrying to get ready. To lose one player to injury is one thing. Certainly plenty of squad depth for the Tigers, but to lose two in the matter of seconds and a starting center back, no less, would be a big blow to what's been a very solid first half to open SCAC play here. Blanc back up on his feet, definitely still feeling the effects of whatever it is that's ailing him on his left leg. So Tom Whitwell, the reserve center back, in for Blanc. Some final instructions from Coach McGinley, conversation between the long-tenured head coach and his two center backs. Whitwell, sophomore from Warwick, England, alongside J.C. Rule, the senior from right here in San Antonio. And a big task for Whitwell here, matched up with Green, is just on the pitch. He nods it out of play.
For the Bulldogs, Cole Sixkiller.
Nieto out for Cole Sixkiller. Fan forces the mistake there from Green, who's been quiet. Certainly can be at times. And he pops up with the goal. Makes you forget all of that. One of the premier scorers in Division III history, really. It's getting to that level in terms of the numbers. Mentioned in the opening, he's chasing the all-time SCAC lead. 5 goals away from at least a share of first place.
For the Bulldogs, Preston Huff.
Came back this year as a fifth-year senior, just needing 1 goal to break the record in the TLU books anyway. Took him a few games to find it. Jones going to put Weed under pressure here. Caleb Weed sends it away just in time. Whitwell able to win the header. And Green did break the record at McMurray. Went 3 straight games with 2 goals each for his 6th on the season. held scoreless last time out as TLU fell in a non-conference matchup with number 20 in the nation, the University of St. Thomas. Looking menacing, looking like the favorites perhaps in the SCAC. They're defending champions as well. Trinity picked in the preseason polls to reclaim the SCAC title. Simon sends this one in low, flicked on by John Connor Rule at the near post. That was clever, not enough to beat Weed. With the way that the non-conference schedule has gone for Trinity and for St. Thomas, tale of opposite fortune. St. Thomas still unbeaten. Just the one draw. They were held by Southwestern, actually. 7-0-1 to start the year for the Celts. Here's Ugaz cutting in past Michael Pham. Appeals for a foul waved away. And the shot from Rahman deflected back to Willman. Trinity will be at the University of St. Thomas on October 21st, so a couple weeks away. That game in Houston will be huge to determine potential seeding in the tournament, but also just to see how the Tigers will shape up against Coach Clarahue's Celts. And they lost to Insigine in the SCAC tournament last year. This one over the top, looking for green, all the way through to Austin Willman. Single digits to play here in the first half. The Tigers in front from an Adam Knutson goal, assisted by Aji and Instrel. The only outfield player who's played the whole half so far, John Connor Rule. Trinity have gone deep into their squad depth here. Michael Pham, player of tremendous quality to bring off the bench. So many of these Tigers players are. Joinia is able to keep it in play on the far side, looking to combine with Simon. Touch off the chest of Green. Just not got a lot of help as Coach Salazar cycled through attacking midfield and wing options. Nobody's been able to provide the support for Luis Green. Handball called against Joinez. Put his hand on the ground to maintain his balance under pressure there. Relieve the pressure for TLU. Luis Green the target. Simon and Whitwell either side of him. And so the Tigers would come away with it. Jones pokes this one ahead for Somerville. Michael Somerville in pursuit here. And wasn't going to be denied, trying to get to the ball. Tossed Louis Hart to the side. Referee whistles for the foul. Good to look at the foul call. Not a ton in it, but when you're Michael Somerville moving at that speed, it's going to be difficult not to foul in that situation. Simon, good weight on this one. Over the top, Dueñez meets Caleb Weed at the ball. Eager to take this throw as Weed's retreating back onto his line. Nifty play from Dueñez in the corner. And here's a chance for Veloz. Jesus Veloz will want that one back.
For the Bulldogs, Marco Rodriguez.
Marco Roman replaced by Marco Rodriguez. Quick stint there for Roman. Jones into midfield for Jack Downs. Moment of space here for Downs. Gets it back from Veloz. Another combination between the two seniors. Some space maybe for Veloz. Shrugs off one challenge. Low cross looking for Somerville. Cut out. Another header won by Whitwell. He's been sharp coming off the bench to replace the injured Peter Blanc. Saw a lot of headers won by the Dutch center back, and Whitwell has been up to that task as well. Under 5 to play here in the first half. Shuey not really put under pressure there. He's not punished for a loose touch. Instead, it's Trinity who come forward. Jesus Veloz onto his right foot. This one closer towards the back post. Maybe it'll be third time lucky for Veloz if he gets another effort. You don't mind the attempt here. Veloz, who scored a goal or two in his Trinity career. Rather infrequently, but still. Jones gets ahead to the goal kick. Center backs will go forward here for Trinity with 4 minutes to go in the half. You see appeals from TLU for a foul there moments before the foul was committed against Michael Pham. A left-footed service from Jake Simon in towards the back post. Weed stays at home. Somerville was closest to it in a white uniform. Back out to Simon, fifth-year senior. Measures this one towards Dueñez, just over his head. Dueñez able to keep it in play at the corner flag. Last touch was off Rodriguez. Trinity throw taken quickly. Shuey's cross cut out. Arrives at the feet of Michael Pham. Shuey has had a lot of time on the ball since coming in for Newport. This time, though, Luis Green's back to make his life difficult. Forces the turnover. Ugaz with his head up. Green tangled up with Whitwell. Matched him stride for stride there. Out for a throw, an attacking throw. Luis Hart. Ball in hand here. So we approach 2 minutes to go. Looking to level this game. TLU looking for their first shot of tonight's contest. Referee's going to stop the clock here for a conversation about the scrum around Trinity's goalkeeper, Austin Willman. Williams the target here, 6'3", at the near post. Jones got ahead to it, and Pham helps it further clear. Back out to Hart. Roll heads it clear. Somerville dropping in, tries to nod it towards Dueñez. Still may break for Trinity's number 7, and it does. Tried to return it to Somerville. No luck. No counterattack that time for the Tigers. Nathan Roy's throw nodded back his direction by Phil Dueñez. Each of the last 2 games, the Tigers have taken a 2-goal lead into the break. This one winds down. Looks like they're running out of time to match that. Still maybe an opportunity here as Downs on the dribble, runs into Menke.
Stay alive, Six. Stay alive.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Go on here.
Downs wide for Pham as the 1 minute call sounds over the PA. Lifted ahead, looking for Jones. Tracked down the second ball by Jack Downs. Good footwork just on the corner of the area. And space and time for Shuey to measure the shot. Got under it on his left foot, and that may have been the last opportunity for the Tigers to double the lead heading into the halftime interval.
Come on, Jackie.
Rule cuts past Louis Green into the TLU half with 10 seconds to go.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Whitwell in one last foot race here to conclude the first half. He sends that one out into touch, and it's Trinity who lead, courtesy of Adam Knutson. 8 shots, 4 on target for Coach McGinley's side in the first half. No shots to speak of so far for Coach Salazar. As you can see, plenty of fouls either way. It's been a testy one, as you'd expect. Opening SCAC action. We'll take a quick look at the goal. It came from Shinaji on the right wing. Cut back cross, and Knutson, the bottom corner finish. And that's the difference right now. Plenty of Trinity and TLU substitutes getting time there towards the end of the opening 45. We expect we'll be back to the starters when we return in just a moment. So far, so good in SCAC play for the Tigers. We'll be right back. So 1 half down, 1 goal to the good for the Trinity Tigers here at home to open SCAC play, but that hasn't always meant 3 points so far this season. Trinity have scored first in 6 of their contests, only going on to win in 2 of those, dropping points in the other 4. Something that they'll look to correct coming out for the second 45 here. They held TLU to no shots in the opening frame. Trinity putting up 8 shots, 4 on target. The opening goal coming from Adam Knutson, assisted by Shin Adji and Louis Instrull. And we're all set to get back underway with the starting 11 back out there for Trinity, including Peter Blanc. So a little bit of extra warm-up, try and get ready for this second half. After he went out, maybe a cramp in the first half, difficult to tell. And quickly Adji into the attack off the back heel from Fraser Burns. Adji around his defender, pokes it goalward. And the substitute goalkeeper quickly called into action. Noel Pena has been playing the second half this season. And that was some introduction to the game, just 20 seconds after the whistle sounded. He was equal to the task. Able to deny Adji that time. See, off the outside of the right foot. Pena able just to sprawl himself wide. Knutson out to the left side for Eubank. Instrull in the center circle. Adji coming inside all the time. He's been a real handful. Already picked up the assist in the game today. 2 goals on Sunday. Here's Eubank into the penalty area, fired across. Knutson again in a dangerous attacking position, but couldn't get that one goalwards. And Rule deemed to have fouled Luis Green. Got a quick look at the cross in from Eubank, and it was a solid punch there from Pena. Green looking to get in behind at the other end. Davis picks up the loose ball and sends it into touch.
Great ball, Gavin.
Not quite the starting 11 for TLU. Of course, we mentioned Pena, but the majority of the starting group out there for Coach Salazar. Knutson nods it on. Menke in the way. Quinones puts Eubank under pressure. Eubank puts the ball in behind for Kane to chase. Good defending that time from Harris. Quinones slips on the ball. Presents possession to Curry. Curry just about leaves that one short of Eubank. And Quinones puts it in behind for Rule and for Luis Green. Luis Green matched up 1v1 with John Connor. Rule, Luis Green finds the bottom corner. That's all he needs is one chance. And a mistake on the halfway line, punished in the penalty area by Luis Green, the penalty box predator. From an angle that should have been prohibitive, and it would be for most strikers across the nation. Green is not most strikers. Career goal number 69 in 71 games. Hot in pursuit of the SCAC's all-time scoring championship. Trinity quickly pegged back against the run of play. How will they respond? We mentioned coming out of halftime, they've only won 2 out of 6 games in which they've scored first this season. Kane sliding to try and keep that one in play. Harris watching it over the line, and TLU, after a half in which they lacked any real impotence going forward, they're right back in this game, courtesy of their main man. And while I'm sure there would have been tactical adjustments at halftime, it was really a mistake that presented the opportunity to Green rather than anything coming from the whiteboard over the break. Davis not happy with a shove from Green. He was last to touch it. And it'll be Luis Hart across for the long throw.
Santi, layers, keep it in. Gavin, layers, keep it in. We're tight on him, Jack. We're tight on him.
Hart with plenty of air underneath it, nodded on at the near post. Willman off his line to claim. Rule with some time and space goes across for Blanc.
Get out there.
Loose touch from one of the Trinity captains there. And still unable to clean it up. It's out of play. Tigers looking a little bit shell-shocked.
Hey, keep it that way. Keep it that way, bud.
Nate,
Hey, we're
just
tight.
be aware.
We're tight.
You got to be coaching them,
Davis
Nate.
looking
Gotta
for
be coaching
options.
Jack and
Doesn't
Eric.
find anyone in the white
Coaching
shirt.
Santi.
Trying to be in pursuit of the loose ball here. Cross on the far side. Nice drop of the shoulder there from Ugaz. Good recovery defending from Knutson. Beaten once, not twice. Adji has it poked out of play.
You just gotta stay on, 'cause you never know when it's coming.
And a line from the TLU bench I think is particularly important to note. And talking to Luis Green saying you just have to stay on side. You never know when it's coming. And that's pretty much the way he's played his whole career, especially against Trinity, waiting for that one turnover, waiting for good service in behind. And as we saw on the goal, waiting to take the chance. He's back to help defend here. Does Trinity have a corner?
Nate, yes, stay alive. Ready to move, Nate.
Eubank with the end swinger right on top of the goalkeeper, who got a hand to it. Adji quite a few inches on Noel Pena, but he was unable to nod it home.
Yes.
Edwards able to block the clearance from a slightly lackadaisical Austin Willman. And Davis able to bail out his goalkeeper and win the foul.
Organize, Nate. Let's go. Organize, Nate.
Yeah, shoot it back. Turn. Santi, turn. Just turn. Turn, Jorge.
Enstro picks it up in midfield. Edwards again
Come on, Santi.
fighting for every ball. Down the line for Kane.
That's the one. Luis, maybe hit that window. You're fine.
Ball spins into the path of Curry. A 1-2 with Knutson. Here's Adji, corner of the area. Adji scoops it towards his right foot, and he's going to win a corner here.
Ready again, Noel.
Eubank across again for the end swinger.
Nate, stay alive. Luis. Two coming, Noah. Open the body.
See if they can put pressure again on Pena. Adji closest to the Bulldogs goalkeeper. Eubank this time towards the back post, all the way through. Nobody home for the home side.
Jack, if we can clear it wide. Eric, second. There.
Handball called against the Tigers right on the halfway line. Harris gonna head up the field. Standing at 6'3", offers an aerial target here. Conversation with Louis Green as it's lofted in right to the edge of the box. Harris, you saw the movement coordinated there between he and the striker. He's looking to nod it back into the path of number 20. Didn't quite arrive for him to be able to do so. Burns spreads it wide for Adji. Ahead for Joe Curry. Couldn't touch it past the defender. Kane going to put pressure on the Bulldogs' back line. They just send it clear. Eubank with just enough on the header. Enstro cleans it up. Here's Knutson dealing with Eric Lopez, the only player booked in the first half. Eubank able to keep body position and wrap his foot around it. And Pena able to claim the cross. Good battle there between Roy, the right back, and Eubank, the Trinity left back. Curry in pursuit of Quinones. Quinones leaves it short of Green.
Hey, Luis, if you're between them, we can get the same run. Longer, Sati, channel, longer. Tight.
Roll in behind for Burns to chase.
Go ahead, Gavin.
Roy, the darting run out from the back line. Wanted it
Well done, Black. Move
on the return. Slightly overhit there from Ugas. Ugas able to rob Kyle Davis of possession on the far side. Runs into Peter Blanc right on the edge of the area. Here's Menke. Wide for Quinones. 1v1 with Eubank. Came quickly back to help out. Good strength there from Eubank. Launched in behind. Fraser Burns, the only one forward for Trinity. He's going to try and go a long way around, and he's able to win back possession and win a throw as well. Good work from Burns there. Pretty much no options.
Luis, you can find your own space.
Kane going to leave it for Eubank. Curry towards Knutson. And Rule sticks his foot through it. I think, of course, it was an effort at goal, but more to prevent the counter than anything else as he retreats back to match up with Louis Green. JC Rule, no stranger to a goal in Trinity colors. 4 goals in his career. Picked up a couple of assists back on opening weekend of this season. Pena, I think, getting a last warning about taking too long on the goal kicks. Blanc ahead, helped on by Instrol. Green again playing on the last shoulder. Blanc pokes it forward, but it falls to the path of Luis Green. Here's Ugaz, digs out the cross, and Willman out to claim. Full stretch for Austin Willman, but he comes away with it. Rolled out quickly to JC Rule. Rule over the head of Burns. Up to challenge. Teams head it back and forth. Eventually, somebody's going to settle it here. Knutson, the one to do so. Drop of the shoulder, and he buys a free kick off Noah Harris. There's the foul. Let's set up this free kick. Instrol again. Gonna retreat. Instrol into the danger area. Plenty of air underneath it. And last touch off the Bulldogs, out for a corner. Good ball. You saw Pena think about coming for it. In the end, retreating back onto his line. That'll be the goal once again for Eubank. Try and put the ball where only the Trinity players can reach it. Eubank in towards the back post. Threatened to go all the way through. Blanc back to the other side. Joe Curry on the edge of the area. And Curry called for the foul. Scores around the SCAC. Colorado College facing off with the nationally ranked University of St. Thomas. That one ending in a 1-1 draw. Second draw of the season for the Celts. And Southwestern with a rare offensive explosion. 5 goals and a 5-0 win over Schreiner to open conference play. The Celts pegged back in their first matchup. They've been the ones setting the pace so far this year. And for Trinity fans, the Trinity women's team beating Austin College 8-0. They're off to a great start to the year. A lot of fun to watch, a lot of goals. Despite a lot of change from last season, plenty of seniors graduating, Coach Harrison able to retool and go again. Good combination on the right side. Here's Knutson looking to cut back. Digs out the cross, picked up by Pena, who's got eyes on a counterattack here.
Go ahead, Luis. Go ahead. Yes, Santi. Go ahead, Luis.
Booming punt forward. Green 1v2, as he has been all game. Doesn't mind it. Doesn't always need the support. There's that combination on the right. Knutson quickly closed down by Mankey, who's been a real defensive standout so far. The other team captain for TLU. Kane wins this one back, digs it out for Burns. Burns, some good footwork, dropping deeper into midfield where perhaps he's more comfortable playing up front in the absence of Michael Meese. Kane ahead to the Scotsman. Left-footed cross in, looking for Knutson, and we're headed to the penalty spot. No! Referee changes his decision, pointing out for a corner, and we'd love to get a look at that one. I thought it was surely going to be a penalty in live time. Frame by frame here. Hard to see how that one doesn't result in a penalty, whether he has a foot on the ball or not. He comes through Adam Knutson, who is surely going to tap home for his second goal of the day. Trinity hard done by there. Davis on the right wing. And he's able to draw the foul. And Edwards is going to go into the book. Don't really see why that one's a booking. You probably hear the TLU coaching staff agree with me. But it's a really good opportunity. Eubank thrives in this exact area of the pitch. Could be a shot, could be a cross. In any case, it's going to be difficult to deal with for Pena and the Bulldogs. As you see Trinity crowd the 6-yard box, the goalkeeper is going to have no room to move. The back post beckoning here for Eubank. And the 6'3" frame of Noah Harris, well positioned, able to repel it. Sent back in by Blanc. Curry leaping for it, 20 yards from goal. Good first touch from Burns, lifts it over the head of Quinones. Curry tries to do the same. Kane's cross under hit.
Yes! Yes!
Edwards ahead to Green, who's matched up 1v1 with Rule. Rule coming away with it that time. Blanc with a good tackle and now breaks for Shinagi. Here's Hunter Kane right where he likes to have a go from distance. Quickly closed down. Quinones and Harris combine there defensively. Hunter Kane's last goal for Trinity was back October 17th of 2021. It's been 13 games after a terrific start to life in Trinity colors. Teams have started to key in on him a little bit earlier, not giving him the chance to shoot from distance. Here he is looking to combine with Curry. Curry tripped up fairly, says the referee. Not a ton on that one from Rule. And Green is on it. Here's Edwards. Back to Menke. One of the first real chances for TLU with possession of the ball in the Trinity half. Quinones goes through the legs of Rule, but he closed off the lane towards goal, and both teams will make changes.
For the Tigers, Philip Dueñez.
Dueñez in to replace Kane. Adji across to play on the left wing. It'll be a breather for Edwards and Menke. On the other side, replaced by Brumments and Longoria. 20 minutes played here in the second half. We are all tied, courtesy of Luis Green. Long throw here. Helped on towards the back post. Willman read it well, and there's no second runner in a black uniform that time. Curry dropping in deeper, looking to pull the strings, goes over the top for Burns, who wanted it to feet.
Well done, Black! Well done!
It's behind for a Pena goal kick. Under the watchful eye of the referee, having already warned the goalkeeper about time wasting. Knutson gets a foot on the ball in the center circle, comes dribbling clear. Defender on his back all the way. Blanc with an ambitious attempt at a diagonal, intercepted by Quinones. It's fouled, believed by Burns.
Preston, Eric, one of you needs to hold. Work it out.
I guess Enstrel, the nudge there. Lofted ahead, header won by Eubank. Curry goes back to Enstrel. Green's going to chase it to Austin Willman. Knutson, good weight on this one in behind for Dueñez. Playing on the right wing here.
Eric 41! Eric 41!
Enstrel to Knutson to Kyle Davis. There's Kyle Davis, a chance to dig out the low cross, looking for Burns. Wasn't able to read it that time. And the ball spins into the path of Longoria. Turns and plays it in behind for Green. And we'll never know. The flag does go up. I was going to say we won't know whether he was offside. Just the ball was played. Turns out he was. Clock is stopped here. 22:30. Exactly a quarter of the game to go as the referee is in conversation with Coach McGinley. Zamora. Set to come in for TLU at the next chance. Now joined by Alberth William.
Hey, you're running forward. You're running forward to pressure them. You're running forward to run after.
Knutson ahead to Dueñez. Back to goal for Dueñez. Crunching tackle there in midfield. The Instral's back on it. Never deterred. Burns ahead for Adji. And with the ball out of play. Maybe 2 changes for TLU.
Arthur William and Lisa Morta.
Looks like Burns is dropped into midfield with Curry going out to the right wing. Coach McGinley searching for the right mix, right formula for a first victory in conference play this year. TLU scoring their only shot of the game early in the second half. Luis Green taking a quick breather here. He's one of the players replaced, as was Quinones. Trinity dominating the possession, dominating the shots. But when you have an elite finisher, you're always in the game. Referee has reversed his decision on this throw-in 3 times. Eventually, it's a TLU throw. Handball against William, and it's Trinity ball. Just a lot of whistling that doesn't need to happen at the moment from the official. Instral in midfield. Lifted into the chest of Phil Dueñez. Back for Burns. Looking for the wide run of Joe Curry.
Going to the referee. Pony, stay in.
Knutson back to Instral. Rule gets a full head of steam. Plays it wide for Eubank, who's now got some time. Measures in the left-footed service for Dueñez. Got his head to it, nodding it wide of frame. Good opportunity. Front to back, that time from the Tigers. Nieto doing just enough to put Dueñez off there. What was already a difficult header from 15 or so yards.
Go, Boo-Boo, go! Go! Chucky, if you can, Boo-Boo, down!
Blanc ahead of Kyle Davis here. And just to hold off his defender, here's Curry. Some space to measure the cross in. Cleared away, Instral gets a foot on it. Last touch. Out off Lopez. Blanc able to take it away from William. Now here's Curry on the Trinity right wing. Encouraged to go forward by Coach McGinley. This time he finds Kyle Davis looking to turn the corner, just about runs out of room. And Marco Roman will re-enter for TLU.
In for the Bulldogs, Marco Roman.
Yellow card for Kyle Davis, presumably for dissent there. His first Trinity name into the book. Oh, guys replaced by Roman. Knutson lifts it into the air. Instrill back to J.C. Rule. TLU playing with Louis Green on the bench right now, getting a quick rest. His goal has us tied at 1. Rule ahead for Adji. Bodies around the ball for TLU. Adji nearly came away with it. Williams offside here. And his spell on the pitch is going to come to an end here in just a moment. Green sufficiently refreshed. It's back at the halfway line, ready to re-enter. Here's Adji onto his favored right foot. Tried to find the run of Joe Curry. Never reached him. Here's Curry with Davis going beyond him. Opens up some room for the Tigers' number 8. Poked wide now for Kyle Davis. Ball in, looking for Adji. Diving header clear. Eubank past his defender. Measures the right-footed shot, and that one stings the palms of Noel Pena. Didn't know Eubank had that in him on his weaker right side. Encouraged to shoot there by the Bulldogs. Plenty of time and space to let fly. And some good movement on it. Pena wasn't comfortable enough to catch it. It's going to be a swap out all across the front 3 for the Bulldogs at the next opportunity. Dueñez able to rob back possession. And it's a TLU throw, so those changes now come in. So the front 3 swapped out. Mankey back in, as well as Nathan Roy, and TLU basically back to full strength. "15 minutes to play. With the early results coming in, Southwestern sitting at the top of the SCAC table. The 5-0 win over Schreiner. Eubank needs to deal with this one here. Header as far as Edwards. Instrill able to clean it up. Mazy dribble forward, spreads the play wide for Curry, but he leaves it short. And a perfectly timed tackle by Davis. Had to be careful there on a yellow. He measured it well. Here's Fraser Burns. Lifted into the penalty area, looking for Knutson. Dueñez heads it down for Adji. No space to shoot. It's pushed back to Kyle Davis here. Gets around Quinones. And he wins the throw. There's the tackle from Davis. No contact with the player, just stopping the ball. Knutson. The low cross just behind Burns. Green going the other way. Rule stooping low to head it. Here's Instrill. Great turn in the middle. Onto the chest now of Knutson. Knutson with some pressure from behind. Gets the shot away, and Adam Knutson has his brace, and Trinity have the lead. Another great goal at that end for Adam Knutson, who marked his arrival at Trinity University with one on opening weekend. How he found the balance and the power that a shot of that caliber required, we'll never know, honestly. Dealing with pressure from the defender the entire time, stumbling into the shot. It's a moment of magic from Knutson. Trinity back out in front with 14 minutes to go. Enstrel picks up his second assist. Knutson gives him props, but it was the freshman midfielder who got it done there with a mazy dribble in the penalty area and a rocket into the side netting past Pena. Michael Phams in at right back for the Tigers.
Come get it!
Riley Hawes on the right wing as well. Pair of changes on that side for Coach McGinley.
Jorge, you gotta attack the goal now, man. If it comes across, get in there.
Get in there!
Chance to immediately respond with the long throw here.
Yeah, no fouls.
Hold, Santi, hold!
His heart into the area. Blanc got ahead to it. Last touch, it looked like off Noah Harris, and it looked pretty clear. As you can see, Blanc not a fan of the decision.
The bus. Yeah, Pete, get in there.
Yes, Jorge!
Edwards looking for the in-swinger. Right on top of Austin Willman, who's able to claim it. Pressure from Harris. Didn't phase the goalkeeper. Good save. Pham couldn't keep it. And this one's going to go all the way through for a corner. Going to look at the previous service. Good claim from the goalkeeper. That's what they need here once again. This time they send two short. Trinity not aware. And Edwards can now enter the penalty area as he measures it across. And a chance maybe on the follow-up as it's hooked back in. Trinity caught sleeping there from the set play. And fortunate that they weren't punished.
Get the service, Jack!
Free kick taken quickly. Quinones down the line. Cross towards the back post screen. In there lurking, as always. And the header knocked down in the volley from range, and we're all tied. Fantastic goal from the Bulldogs. They've scored both of their shots on target. Nothing Willman could have done about this one. Louis Hart picks this one up off the header from Eubank. So much power behind it that Willman couldn't keep it out. On second viewing, perhaps he had more of a chance than I initially thought.
Oriented! Oriented! Jorge, stay in.
2-2 now. All to play for. First chance for Hawes to get into the attack. Pham quickly onto the loose ball. Here's Michael Pham to the end line. Plenty of targets to pick out. Here's Burns. And this one deflects in as well. The lead restored just moments after Trinity was pegged back. It's Fraser Burns. Great work from Pham, the right back, getting forward. Burns made the right run. And it doesn't matter how it ends up in the net. As you see, takes a big deflection off of Noah Harris. All that matters is it ends up in the net. Trinity in front. Once again, 3-2. 11 minutes from victory. See how the Bulldogs can respond. Are they shell-shocked, or do they throw a counterpunch just as the Tigers were able to do?
You can use that space, Nathan. Come. Use the space.
Handball against the Bulldogs, just a couple of yards into their own half. Menke whistled for it.
Hey, come on, ref. Good time.
Hard hit, too deep. Hard hit, not so deep.
Second goal of the season for Burns. Had a goal and 2 assists on opening weekend. His first goal, very similar. Cutback cross, deflected shot. That one in the Rowan game that ended 3-3. TLU will hope for a similar result here as it's into their own penalty area. Burns swings the left foot at it. Hawes looking to settle it for Knutson. Wide for Michael Pham. Pham, no inroads into midfield there. The lanes were all closed, and Luis Green's got a head of steam going the other way. Does he win a throw? Yes, he does. Such a handful. Luis Green, not only a great finisher, offers so much in terms of relieving pressure for TLU, getting him higher up the field.
Attack the goal mouth, Jorge. You're running in.
And Hart, who thought he had the equalizing goal,
Get in, Jorge.
Get in there.
got the ball in his hand, looking for it once again. Aji wins the first header. Back out to Hart. Cross blocked. And Hawes will send it further clear for Trinity. Dueñez himself, plenty to deal with, going the other way. Edwards past Instrull. Edwards past Blanc, tripped up, and Blanc into the book.
Let's go, Black. It's coming, Noah. It's coming, Noah.
Good work from Gavin Edwards here. The sophomore from Missouri City, Texas.
For the seconds, Gavin. Seconds, Nate.
Both teams with a defensive midfielder waiting to come into the game. Jake Simon for Trinity, Eric Lopez for TLU. We've got a free kick. Chance for a third equalizer of this match. This one's overhit, and Harris won't find it.
For the Bulldogs, Eric Lopez.
Burns replaced by Simon. Undoubtedly a defensive move from Coach McGinley. Burns will hope his goal stands up as the winner. He'll have to watch on as his teammates look to get the job done. Goal kick rolled out for J.C. Rule. Rule in behind for Dueñez to chase. Pena out off his line, and Dueñez not giving up on it.
Get in there. Come on, then. Santi won it.
Menke can't measure that one off his left foot. Wide for Quinones. It's out for Trinity throw.
Jorge, higher, up and in.
Knutson forward. Dueñez tries to help it on.
Yes, Eric.
Shakes that one off. Looked like maybe a clash of heads between the two players. Eubank
Man, come in.
knocks it forward. Haas has switched over to the left side. Good work from Simon, the substitute, and he's won his side of throw as well. You see the two players just heads colliding there after the ball was gone. 6.5 to play. Trinity in front, 3-2. Joinez looking for a foul. Referee, no whistle to oblige. Pham well positioned that time coming into midfield where we saw him play for a few seasons. Now shifted out to right back. Able to stop the counter that time. Throwing from Roy. Ugaz tries to help it on. Trinity back in possession. Hawes can't turn. Eubank hoists it down the line. Tough task for Joinez with Harris on his back that time. And Roy be forced to drop back with the throw. Burns will not be made to watch on here as the clock ticks down. He's set to come back in, I believe for Joinez, who's committed the foul. Re-entry allowed in the second half, not the first. In college substitution rules. The clock will not stop under 5 minutes as Trinity are leading that rule in an effort to try and prevent time wasting with frequent substitutions. And no overtime this year, of course. So Joinez will stay on. Burns in for Knutson. 2 goals for Adam Knutson as he heads to the bench, replaced by Trinity's winning goal scorer as it stands, Fraser Burns. Joinez looking for a resourceful flick towards Burns. Didn't get it. Coming together with Menke in the center circle. Feet from the referee. Simon with a header, one in midfield. Green making a nuisance of himself, but this one's all the way back for Austin Willman. And Quinones is cramped up. Quinones cramping up, and he'll be replaced by Zamora.
For the Bulldogs, Luis Zamora.
Out on the left wing. Restart play with Austin Willman. Roll long, looking for Joinez, and Joinez fouled by Harris. He's been dishing out some punishment over the last few minutes. Whether the ball arrives at Trinity's number 7 or not. Burns, just 2 targets to aim at. You imagine this won't go into the box if Rule and Blanc aren't forward. He does send it in. Joinez lurking. Difficult ball to deal with. Joinez fouling. He undercuts Louis Hart. Launched long by Pena. Header won by Michael Pham. Ugaz in behind, looking for Green. Hasn't had any opportunities since his goal. Didn't have any opportunities before his goal. Such as his prowess. Here he is again. Did he stay on side? Yes, he did. Forward. Gets it wide to Ugaz. Wants to come onto his left foot. He's allowed to do so. Rolled to the top of the box for Luis Green. That one, did it hit the ball on the way through? That looked like it may have been the moment for TLU to snatch it back.
And for Texas Lutheran goes on
Green, first touch out of his feet. Second touch, left-footed shot off the bar. Willman, don't think he would have got there.
Eric, press on.
Edwards
Sit by yourself. Eric,
replaced by William.
Yeah, go!
Give the Bulldogs an added aerial threat. Dueñez, drop of the shoulder. He's got Adji for support, takes a bump. Adji tries to beat this one to the end line, but the ball rolls out of play.
Nate! Come on, hit it! Runners!
Offside flag up against Luis Green with 2 minutes to play.
Good, Nate. Keep it going. Eric, stay up in here.
Around the grounds, the two other SCAT games today. Southwestern beating Schreiner 5-0. They'll be here Sunday to face off against Trinity. St. Thomas held by Colorado College in a 1-1 draw. Dallas and Austin College play tomorrow. We're back in action for the second round of fixtures on Sunday.
Eric, get up in here. Get up in here. Come on, hit it forward. Good, let's go, we're in. Come on,
Lopez launches it long. Green with a fistful of Tom Whitwell's jersey. He's on the field as Trinity have gone to 3 at the back. And Stroll and Simon sitting ahead of the now back 5 for the Tigers. All they want is to see this minute tick away. With the score remaining as it is, the fans are behind them as they win the throw. Throw taken maybe unnecessarily quickly by Pham. Blanc put under pressure because of it. This one off the foot of Menke forward. Ugaz nods it ahead. Rule hoist it clear. 40 seconds to play. Dueñez tangled up with Harris. No foul, says the referee. We'll play out these final 30 seconds here. Ugaz on the turn. Wrong side of Burns. It's poked wide for Roy. He'll run out of room, and if Trinity play their cards right, that should do it. Coach McKinley's going to end the game with a yellow card as the referee strolls across to issue the booking. The trainer is on the field to attend to Dueñez. But crucially, it looks like the result is about secured. I only say about because the Tigers have conceded in the final 30 seconds of games twice this season already. And the intensity on the field has not dropped despite this stoppage. Take a look at the no call against Dueñez. You see the step from Harris on the leg of Dueñez, who's still down. And Harris certainly didn't mean anything by it. He was caught wrong side and tripped up the Trinity striker. Should have been a foul at that point. But the stamp, whether it was intentional or not, could be seen as endangering the safety of an opponent as Dueñez is helped off the field. Endangering the safety of an opponent. Criteria for a potential red card. Somerville to replace Dueñez for the final 22 seconds. The Tigers looking to turn the page on a rocky non-conference start to the season by going 1-0. This one's sent clear. 15 seconds to go. Pena will have one last heave. He's put under pressure by Adji. Doesn't get much distance behind it. 10 to play. And Simon sends it clear, much to the jubilation of the Trinity Tigers, who have won their first SCAT game here in 2022. They went ahead 3 times. In the end, it was Fraser Burns who got the winner, despite the best efforts of Coach Salazar's Bulldogs, who gave us a fantastic opening fixture of conference play. Luis Green on the score sheet for career goal number 69. He will undoubtedly continue to score at this pace and almost undoubtedly end up the top scorer in SCAC history when things are all said and done. But the Bulldogs start 0-1. Trinity win this one 3-2. Take you through the goals here when we can as we see the final handshakes. An intense game, but a well-fought game. Nothing ill-mannered between the two teams. But it'll be brief celebrations for Coach McGinley's side, with Southwestern coming on Sunday, and what will now be a battle for first place in the conference, with the Pirates winning 5-0 earlier today. 15 shots to 3 in the game in favor of the home side, 8 shots on target to 2. And here is the winning goal from Fraser Burns. Cut back cross from Pham. And Burns right where you need to be to score goals. When you get into those spots, you're going to hit the net, deflection or not. And that was what did it. Thank you for your time here on this Friday night. And Trinity will go again on Sunday. 1 o'clock kickoff as the Pirates are in town. And we hope you'll join us for that one, as Trinity look to ride the momentum of now 2 straight home victories, 6 goals scored, and this team is back to being a lot of fun. My name is Ryan Figert, and it's been a pleasure sharing this Friday night with you. I'll see you again on Sunday.